And stick around. Right after these ads, we have an interview with Russell Reed, who's in the studio. How's it going, everybody? We are joined today by Russell Reed. How's it going, Russell Reed?
It's going good. It's going good.
What can you tell us about yourself?
Right now I'm smiling really hard.
He is smiling really hard.
Smiling really hard.
Yeah, grinning.
Tell us about myself. I am a senior right now at Texas State University. Going into my last year, thank God. And I've been doing this thing called filmmaking for about 4 years since I've been here. And yeah, that's about me.
Well, what got you into it? What made you start?
So from the jump, I don't think my mom knows this. I've never actually told her, but she actually helped me discover like my like the side of acting for me. So when it all first started when I was like in theater. So I was going into high school, and then I was like, Mom, I don't know what electives I should take. Like what like exactly should I do? And she suggested, she's like, you should take theater, boy, because you talk too much. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And so I went to theater or whatever. Reluctantly, like my teachers were telling me, oh, like you're pretty good, like you're a natural. And to me, I was just being goofy. I'm just like, okay, I was just like being myself. But it turned out that I had a knack for really like diving into character really well. And so that sort of like transitioned into me getting transferred over to another school when I lived with my mom in the Katy Cypress area. I did theater for all 4 years. I would write like these plays and direct these plays and star in these plays too. Then my theater teacher, like I was blessed enough to have her allow me to actually like do the plays and actually be in the plays and stuff like that. And it was well received amongst like the entire school. And so they were like, oh, okay, cool. Can he do an encore? And then I started getting encores and stuff like that. And then requests to do these plays and stuff like that. So that's where I kind of found like my niche for writing and directing, but like it started on the stage. So transitioning into college, I said, okay, my mom was like, you got to make money, so you're not going into college for acting. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went into college for business marketing. And so since I got here, I knew I still wanted to like act, you know, I like in my head, I wanted to make it on the screen somehow. But then I realized that my videos were like not that good as far as quality. So like what I started doing was like searching up ways that I can actually make my videos look more cinematic, make them look more nice, like visually. And then that eventually turned into like me actually enjoying the process of like seeing the result come out so like nice and beautiful and
putting
actually,
the film together, putting all the pieces. So
exactly.
Talking about putting those pieces together, what kind of inspired you to make your current film, Baby Nick, the one that brought you in today, right?
Yeah. What inspired me, it was funny, actually, somebody asked me this question for the first time not too long ago. But what inspired me was basically, I don't know, man, like me and my friend Collins Uzabulu and Xavier Alvarado, they're students here at Texas State as well. We would do these short films and stuff like that. And the short films were cool. They got really, well received by the audience, and they were sort of like your blockbuster short films. And so we were like, all right, we need to tap into like our artistry, like what we really want to say, like what's our voice. And so we realized like, okay, we have to tell a story. We have to make an impact. We don't want to just be filmmakers out here making films. Like, what are we going to tell? And so the inspiration behind that, immediately, like one of my biggest things is just like mental, spiritual, and physical growth. Like I want us as a people to be like amongst each other, and living in a greater society, together. And so I had to think of a way to
people who
put
don't
that
know,
together.
right?
Yeah.
Tell them a little bit about what Baby Nick is and what that story and concept is.
So Baby Nick centers around two fighters. Both of these fighters go through very traumatic and harsh things in their life. They're both products of their environment. And so one fighter is faced with the loss of his daughter suddenly, and then the other fighter is dealing with his aunt who just got diagnosed with a potential illness. And so both of these fighters are trying to figure out how to overcome their obstacles while still trying to maintain themselves and the product.
For sure. You mentioned a little bit about Colin and Xavier. And I
Colin
noticed
and Xavier.
You guys work together a lot.
Yeah.
You worked on a couple of projects. How did you guys come together to make this project?
Dude, it's God, bro. It was divine, man. We actually met here at Texas State University. And as y'all know, there's not like a film academy here or anything like that. So I met those guys here. And we kind of came together on this project called The Land of Milk and Honey. It did like really good. And then from there, we kind of branched off from there, and we was like, yo, like, let's just keep making films and doing stuff. And so that's when we made Three Face and then Pink Diamond and then now Baby Nick. So we met each other here.
Okay,
just clipped it off from there.
So as far as being a filmmaker of color and putting your voice on screen, sure. I mean, tell me a little bit about what that means to you.
Man, it means the world, honestly. Like, it feels good to be chosen. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of people, want to have the access to have a voice. And some people we have voices, y'all have voices, like a lot of people don't actually have the voice to say what they want to say. And so to be the one that's chosen to be one of those people, to be able to express myself, and then being a person of color, I think is really important because it just helps us express what we actually need to express a lot more.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think putting out those voices and putting out those thoughts is important to, you know, cultural development and that kind of stuff, for sure.
For sure, man.
So one of the things that I noticed about this current film that you're working on, Baby Nick, is that you've received a lot of buzz on it already.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about the Capital City Black Film Festival,
yeah.
A little bit about
sure.
Live Grid, what was it called?
Los Angeles Liftoff. Yeah. So it's got into a couple of things, man. Like, it's been doing really well. The very first thing it did was it screened in like an online festival in New York City, and then it screened in Toronto as well. And then so the Capital City Black Film Festival was the first festival that we all physically went to. And then we saw the film screen there. And then now the next stop is LA. It's going to be screened in the Los Angeles Liftoff Film Festival in LA. And we're super excited for that. The entire cast and crew is going to be there.
It's got to feel good, right?
Bro, it feels amazing, man.
That's got to feel great, man.
It feels great, yeah.
For sure.
It feels good.
So what's the next step? Baby Nick is a short film. A lot of what you've worked on is short films.
Yes.
How do we go from short to feature? What's the deal there?
Funding, financing, money, the big thing that everybody needs to make, you know, what they want to do go, right? So funding is the next step. We're trying to do the feature, and we're going to do the feature in December. And so right now what we're doing is focusing on like pre-production, trying to get things set up, you know, trying to get a GoFundMe set up and stuff like that. We're in the beginning stages of doing that. Just met with a couple producers and stuff like that, and we're talking about how we're going to like further along the project as far as the pre-production stage of it. So the feature film is definitely the next process. Fun fact, right before I got here, I finished the feature film. Wow. I've been working on it for a month, and so it's at 110 pages right now, and I just finished it.
Like right before you came in here?
Right before I came in here. I promise you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Russell Reed, a man on the way.
Yes,
definitely working hard, man.
For sure.
Well, we definitely appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate
Thank you guys for having me.
I wanted to ask you another question, one last one here.
For sure.
What do you have to say to like aspiring filmmakers? There's a lot of students on this campus who want to do what you do. Yeah. What would you say to motivate them to get them out there?
Oh, please be authentic. Please be authentic. Like, don't worry about trying to be anybody else or trying to do things that you see other people do, like on films and stuff like that. Just like find out what your voice is, be authentic, and eventually you'll find your way where you want to be. I always just say, preach that, just be authentic wherever you are. For
cool.
Sure.
Well, if you guys are interested in checking out Russell Reed or any of his work, you can look up Baby Nick.
Yes,
you can
sir.
find him in a couple of different places. And Cheyenne, do you have anything else to add?
Can I plug my Instagram?
Yeah, plug whatever you want to plug.
All right, real quick. So Instagram _Russell Reed, RUSSELLREED, my full name. You can find Baby Nick, the trailer, in the link in the bio. Also follow me. You'll be able to see other accounts that you can follow to keep up with the movie and stuff like that as well.
For sure. Well, thank you so much, Russell. We appreciate your time. Guys, I hope you check out, if you are interested in learning anything about film, anything about the Texas State culture here, check out filmmakers in your local area, understand what they're doing, and support those projects if you're interested.
Yeah. Awesome. Coming up, we have Sunrise, Sunset by Reptalians. After that is I See My Son by A Fragile Tomorrow. You're listening to KTSW 89.9.